Okay, so I have added my mushrooms to my pot. I put them on top of my onions. I'm going to now add my other onions, my raw onions that are cut separately, and my tomatoes, and cover this and let this all cook down. I'll be back. Alright, so I have added my onions and my tomatoes on top of my mushrooms, as you can see. I also have some black pepper, and I put some salt, a small amount of salt on top. I salted my onions that were on the bottom of the pot, the onions that I sauteed and caramelized before. So I salted them, and then I lightly salted the mushrooms and the onions and the tomatoes that are on top, very lightly. So that way everything is being seasoned as it's being cooked. And I am not going to add any salt to my water for the pasta. So whatever salt I've already added to the mushrooms and these vegetables will be enough to season the entire dish. So I'm going to let this cook down, and we'll come back and have a check in a little while. Okay, it's been about maybe 15 minutes or so. And so I'm just giving this a stir to incorporate all of my onions and tomatoes into the liquid. And by the way, this liquid that you see, I did not add any water. See all that? I did not add any water to this. That is the water that sprang from the mushrooms. And that's it. Whatever liquid was in the mushrooms from me washing them, and whatever water they retained after I washed them. And, you know, of course, whatever liquid was also in the tomatoes. That's it. There is no additional water added to this. So I'm just getting everything covered, making sure everything is covered by my broth. And I actually want this broth to help make my sauce for my pasta. It's not really going to be a sauce, but just enough liquid for me to be able to toss the pasta and coat the pasta with the flavor of the mushrooms. So I'm going to let this cook down for like another 10 minutes or so. And again, I do want to retain some of this liquid, this nice broth that I have. I do want to maintain some of this for when I add the pasta. I'll add a little bit of the pasta water if I need to, but I want to retain as much of this broth from the mushrooms and the flavor